should be like all texting all the sexy stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of just being like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, 100%. I don't
care how you're doing this week. I'm going to be doing all the sexy talk to you.
You don't want to, no.
No, because I want you to jump my boat. No, I want you to jump my boat.
You don't care how I'm doing? You don't want to.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And in this video, we're talking about missed opportunities for playing with a partner. Basically, if you snooze, you lose.
That's right. This is going to be a really good one. You don't want to miss it. Keep watching. So we were recently at the club and we met this really cute couple and we hit it off. Like all four of us really hit it off.
Yep.
And you and her particularly, because you're definitely faster than I am, really hit it off and really got that revving. And because we play separately and they play separately, you guys went off to the back and he and I stayed out front and chatted for a while. Mm-hmm. And we were having really great conversations, love talking about whiskey and all the things that I love. And we talked and talked and talked. And as we're talking, I'm realizing that you guys are, and I know that you typically, if you're having a good time, you'll stay in the back for a while.
Sure.
But I felt like on one hand, I was enjoying the conversation, but on the other hand, I was like, this is a ticking time bomb. And if this is going to happen, we need to go.
Right.
Because we can't have too much crossover with the playroom.
Yeah.
Like if you're coming out of the playroom and we're entering, that's going to be weird.
Yep.
So I'm trying to move things forward, but both him and I being shy, I'm trying to like do the whole touch on the leg. I don't think either he wasn't getting the clue or he wasn't, like he was just still too shy. Neither one of us was going to say, we should go to the back now. So we were on the dance floor and I said something like, we probably should go to the back or it's just not gonna happen because we're running out of time.
You said that.
I said that, which is so not me.
All right.
And you know what? I wonder, now that I'm saying this out loud and telling you about this, if maybe that time frame is that ticking bomb that I felt is maybe my key.
Okay.
Because I am horrible at moving things forward. And we were actually just talking about this off camera earlier about a different person, a different couple, that I am really bad at moving things forward.
Yeah.
But I've never necessarily had that ticking clock. And this time I felt a ticking clock. Not that you gave me a ticking clock. Nobody gave me a ticking clock. But I knew that if we were still on the dance floor and you came out of the playroom, we'd be done.
Yeah. It
wasn't going to happen.
Right. And this couple was from out of town.
Right. I didn't know if I would ever see him again. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, it's now or never.
Yeah.
And so I actually said it, hey, would you like to maybe move this forward? If not, I'm cool staying here. And he was like, oh yeah, cool. Like, let's do this. And he was very excited and we went back and we had a great time. And didn't see you, but like totally two ships in the night, just you went out, I went in. So there was a little overlap of time where you were just hanging out, which was fine. I mean, we didn't take super crazy long. We did our thing. We had a great time. It was just the right amount of time for us and you guys to not have to sit there for too long.
Right. And
then we came back out and, had sandwiches at the club or whatever, midnight snack. And it was really great. And we kept in touch.
A couple months later,
we were traveling for business and we were in their hometown.
Yep.
And we messaged them and said, hey, we're going to be in town. And, if you're interested, we'd like to get together.
And we had a good 4 or 5 nights there, but we knew that we were going to be busy.
Yeah.
And so the first night that we were able to hang out, we connected with them and we're sitting at a bar and we're drinking and we're having a good time. And the wife and I, who have, keep in mind, we've already played, all right, there's no question mark at this point in any way whatsoever. The wife and I are just making out with each other in the bar and, our room is upstairs and you and him are just talking and we're just, going at it. And we had like maybe an hour and a half before we had to go to a meeting that we had. And we were there for a few nights, but we just did not know how busy we were going to be.
Right.
And so I specifically looked over to you and I'm like, do you guys want to go play? Because we want to go play right now. And you both, again, were so nervous that you just kept on talking, talk. And then the wife and I are just like, well, I guess it's not going to happen then. And so we kind of made out and then we stopped making out. And then we're like, oh, look at the time. And we had to go. And then the rest of the week we were there, we had no time. We were working the entire time, had no chance whatsoever more than seeing them, ships in the night, hi, how's it going? And that was the end of it. And it was that you snooze, you lose, that it was one of those things where I wish that I could have said to him, look, pal, I did say we got an hour and a half maybe right now, but I guess I wasn't clear on, if you do not do this now, you're gonna just miss your chance. And he was just so nervous, and you are just usually not the one, or almost always not the one that will move things forward. But the fact that you guys have already played and the interest was there, what was the nervousness about?
I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I had enjoyed my time with this person. I felt safe with this person. I felt comfortable in a space either with you or without. I know I was enjoying the flirting part of it, and maybe I guess I was just hoping that there was more time for that. Like, I feel like it was flirting, but it was not sexy. So
did you ever have sexy flirting with him?
Before we were on the dance floor, we were having sexy, we were getting, you know, whatever, and that was moving it forward. When you're just having like a regular conversation and maybe a hand on the leg or whatever, you're not making out, you're just talking, you're, you know, the sexiness, I think maybe we were just talking so much that the sexiness, the urge, and the urge to have sex and the urge to move forward just wasn't there for us.
We were literally right next to you making out with each other. And
but we were not there. See, that's the problem, is when you're at two different speeds. I mean, this constantly happens with me and with you, is that I am at a slower speed.
But you've already played with this person already.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I feel like this is something that you have a hard time understanding, because this is you often with other women.
What?
That you and the other woman have already made a connection. You've made a faster connection, and you're ready to jump off and go. And I am slower. I've never met a man. I've never been with a man. Well, I don't know. I haven't been with someone recently that I can remember that was
like me.
Your speed. They're all slower speeds, which on one hand I really appreciate, because then it's more my speed. On the other hand, I really need someone who will just take the lead and make it happen. And you can tell from my body language if I'm willing to go there. You can tell if I've got my hands on your leg, or, you know, we've been kissing or whatever. Like, even just this, me doing, I'm not going to have my hands on your leg for more than like a little tap unless I'm interested, or your arm or whatever. If I am cozied up to you and giving you signals, I am definitely interested. And you would know that. You would read that.
Absolutely, I would.
And you would move things forward. I just personally haven't been with someone who is going to do that. Most of the guys that I'm interested in and that's interested in me are either too fast or too slow. They're either, the too fast is, hey, let's fuck, or something like that. Like, I get that often, hey, we should go have sex. And I just giggle and walk away because I don't know what to do with that. You know, it'd be nice to find someone who is in the middle, not too slow to where it takes us, 10 times of meeting before we're finally comfortable and confident kissing.
Because that's what it was with this person, was you had already kissed, you had already had sex with, you had played with, you guys connected, you guys had chatted, you guys had led up to this event, hey, we're going to see you again, I can't wait to play with you again. So there was no gray area. There was no gray area whatsoever. But you both had the interest, and you both need to do that. Couldn't it have been, I know you're nervous, and I know you're shy, and all this kind of stuff, and the same to the gentleman in the situation. It's like, yes, I get that you're shy. I really do. But this was a situation, could you come up to me, you know me, I mean, obviously we've been together a long time, but I mean, you could come up to me and just start macking out with me, flirt with me for a minute and all that, because you feel comfortable enough with me to do that, okay? This was someone you felt comfortable enough to do that. And so why couldn't you do that? Because you knew you wanted it. You knew he wanted it. There was no gray area. There wasn't a will he, won't he, all that. I mean, you knew, and he knew.
Okay, I'm going to say something that you are not going to understand, but they will. The ladies out there will understand.
I'm going to cross my arms.
What mood am I in? How am I feeling? that makes it different.
No, absolutely.
If I don't feel 100% sexy, if I feel like my outfit isn't 100% right, or if I'm not in the right time or place, I am not going to be that person.
Whoa. Let me stop you there. You don't think I'd understand that?
I don't know.
Yes, I would, first of all. Thank you very much. I get that. Guys get that too. All right. It might be easier to push our button, but I get that. But that wasn't the situation.
No, but you don't know that. You don't know. Obviously, that situation that we were in, I was the first time I was able to say, hey, let's move this forward, let's go. We were on a time frame. Right. I knew we were on a time frame this one as well, but obviously there was something going on in my brain that was not wanting to move it forward, whether it was me waiting for him to do it because I wanted to make sure. I knew he was interested. I knew we've had the conversation, we've talked about it. But it could have been I didn't feel sexy. Maybe I felt bloated. Maybe I was looking for a way to get out of having sex that day because I don't remember, honestly. I can't remember.
You were raring to go, and even afterward, you were like, man, that sucked that we didn't do it, and we just didn't have time. And then don't get me wrong, an hour and a half isn't even that much time anyway. But it was one of those things where it's like there was the lead up. Like we knew sometimes it is just a fun.
I'm never gonna sit down with someone and just do that. That's just not me.
I don't agree with you. There have been times, there have been specific situations, specifically people you've played with already. I get it with a new person. I totally do. You need to be warmed up, all that kind of stuff. I absolutely do. But there are some times, just like when you are with your spouse and you're like, oh, the kids are going to be home from school in an hour and a half. We need to just do this. Even whether in the mood or not in the mood, you're just kind of there. And if it's someone that you really enjoyed playing with, you really connected with, you are good friends with, and you've been leading up to this. Oh, I'm going to see you in 2 months. I'm going to see you in 1 month. I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. I'm going to see you tomorrow, and we're going to fuck. Like that lead up in there is part of that.
So you say that I've done that before.
Yes.
Can you give me an example without giving the name of who that was?
Yes, absolutely. The couple that the first one that popped in my head, the couple that we connected with back on a cruise. Yep. All right. So you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
How many years ago was that?
I don't know. 10. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I am not the same person I was.
That was just the first one that popped in my head. You give me a few minutes, I could probably think of a few more too.
I am not the same person I was 10 years ago. I do not.
I agree.
You can't put me in this box of, because I used to be into voyeurism.
Sure.
A little bit. When we first started, we would have sex in big rooms with lots of people. I don't like that anymore.
Exhibitionism.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I don't like that anymore. I don't like being in a big room with a bunch of people. Absolutely. I like being one-on-one or at the most 2-2.
Yeah.
I really don't like orgies anymore.
Okay.
I'll participate a little bit here and there if it's a group that I know every single person in there, but it's not my favorite thing.
Sure.
I really don't like it. It's more of I'm being a team player. It's not a bad, I'm pushed into it or anything, but I am not the same person I was when we got into the lifestyle.
I totally agree with you, and I'm not saying that you are the same person. I'm saying there are situations where the slow lead up that you might have, you just don't have the time for, so you just skip that. And me, okay, you're going on vacation next week with a friend, all right? You're gonna have girls' week. You're gonna be no boys allowed, all this kind of stuff. My assumption is the second that you get home, you're gonna jump Matt's bones.
Why?
Because you haven't seen Matt in a while. You're excited about it. There's a lead up to it. You know that you're going to be reconnecting with me. It's there. Are we going to have to sit and talk for an hour about so baby? Let me get you in the mood. No. This is. I'm not. I know it's not
the same.
It's not the same, but it's very similar.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
If it's someone that you played with and you've got this hot something going on and you got the sexy flirting and you just cannot wait to jump their bones, which is where you were at before we met this person. You were like, I can't wait to see him again. I can't wait to jump him. We're gonna, because we've been flirting, we've been doing all this kind of stuff. And then you get there and you're both like, maybe we should just talk about whiskey. And it's like, and that's great, but it was one of those things where you just didn't have time for that. You could have talked about it a little bit here and there.
But here's the thing though, is I'm not bothered by it. I'm not that bothered by it because you know what? I got to know him a little bit better. The lifestyle is not all about sex for me.
I know this.
It is not all about sex for me.
Or me.
And if it's just flirting and and chatting and having fun and feeling sexy with someone who's not you, I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
So I am not so bothered.
Let me ask you this.
There was a little bit of disappointment because I don't know the next time I'm going to see this person.
And now let me ask you this, though. How do you think he feels?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Probably like there was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. And that's what this video is about. The guy snoozed, he lost. That doesn't rhyme well with lost, but he's probably kicking himself because I know I would be. Especially with someone that I was super attracted to, that had this massive crush on. We've been doing this flirt. I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to
you to move things forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm not regretting the time that I spent.
You can say that, and it might very well be true. I'm not talking about that. I'm more along the lines of both of you snoozed and lost. Like, yes, true, you didn't have sex, and the sex. What?
I don't like the word lost.
You snoozed and didn't. Well, it rhymes. You snoozed and didn't fuck. You ducked and didn't fuck. I don't know, whatever rhymes with that. Yeah. And so because of that, you both, yes, true, you didn't have to have sex. Great. It's always great seeing someone. It's always great flirting with someone. I totally agree with that. But when it comes down to it, when you're like, we're gonna fuck. I can't wait to fuck you. We're gonna see each other. We're gonna all this kind of stuff. But I don't know how much time I'm going to have, so we got to make sure that we do it right at this point, because I know that's not as sexy to all the lead in, but we have this specific time frame that we have to fuck, and we don't know if we're going to have a chance, or we're definitely not going to have a chance. Okay. You do that.
So here is where I think that you're having a little bit of disconnect in this.
Okay.
We were not having sexy text time. Like there was no lead up of like, ooh baby, I can't wait to fuck you. Ooh baby, you're so hot.
Would that have made a difference?
Maybe. Actually, yes, it probably would have.
Interesting. So,
if you're getting me hot, bothered, and excited before we meet up, that's probably a really good tip.
Okay, so when you go on vacation next week, I should be hot. I should be like, I'll text you all the sexy stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of just being like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, 100%. I don't
care how you're doing this week. I'm going to be doing all the sexy talk to you.
You don't want to. No,
because I want you to jump my bones. No, I want you to jump my bones.
You don't care how I'm doing. You don't want to.
Of course.
Oh my God. That's part of it. You have to be like, you have to find the balance. It can't just be also. Like, I do have one person who sexts me all the time, and I can't even be bothered. First of all, we know each other, but we haven't seen each other in many years.
Yeah.
And I'm not the random sext, send me a dick pic person.
Right.
But if we have a relationship and things go that way and there starts to be some sexy talk or some sexier pictures and that would definitely get me hot and bothered and more excited about our next encounter. Yeah, because that would be almost like foreplay for me. Especially as someone who, like, I don't watch porn, but I would read an erotica book.
Okay.
So for me, the visual and the imagination is going to be way more than, having a conversation about whiskey.
Okay.
So texting where we're getting to know each other, but then turning it a little bit sexy too, where it's not just sexting. I don't want to sext, but some sexy talk, some sexy photos. Yeah, that would definitely be like foreplay for me.
All right, I'm curious what you think about all this. Do you agree with me? And I'm sure you do, because clearly I'm 100% in the right on this one.
Oh my gosh, no, you are never 100% in the right.
What do you mean I'm never 100% in the right? Probably 90% of the time I'm 100% of the time in the right.
No, I disagree.
All right, or if you're in one of the small percentage that agrees with Bianca, please fill. Oh well, she did a shimmy, so this is why people agree with you online. It's because she does a shimmy. You're cute. You got the cleavage. I don't have the cleavage going on. Yeah. If you like her cleavage, feel free to agree with her in the comments below. Or if you agree with actually the logic, please comment with
the logic. Wow.
Wow.
And if you could do me a quick favor, go ahead and click that like button. Every time you do that, that helps other people find our videos and we can help more people into this lifestyle. And then also make sure you click the subscribe button, because that will let you know when our new videos come out and you can find out more about our arguments and fun things.
Yeah. And go to www.clubsapphire.com. Check out all the amazing events that are coming up.
That's right.
Anything else you want to say?
Bianca's Bombshells perform there once a month.
Once a month, and we also host Spicy Trivia once a month too.
Yeah, you got to try that out. Super fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.